Hey, how goes it? Welcome back to another episode. Glad to have you guys. And today, this is going to be, a lot more recovery based. I'm just going to let you guys in on some of the tips and things I did in early recovery to become successful. So, I definitely gave recovery a shot multiple times before it stuck. And I think the major reason I failed in the beginning was I just wasn't fully committed. It was scary to me. I mean, you do drugs and you build these relationships with people for so long that it becomes normal, and that's all you know. And to try and change everything you know is super, super scary. So that was definitely one of my biggest downfalls in early recovery the first few times that I tried to get sober. And I honestly, I can't tell you exactly what it was that changed or, was different, but something just clicked. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try it. I'm going to cut these people off and I'm going to fake it till I make it. And I fell in love with it, honestly. So I just kind of cut everybody off, and I had like my close family, my girlfriend, and like 2 friends. And it kind of sucked. It was super boring, but as I progressed and started making more positive connections, it just got better and better from there. And then it so people that I associated with in the past, they seen what I had and they wanted it, So I got a few relationships back, if you will, and I still absolutely kept them at an arm's length, but it was nice to have a little bit of that camaraderie of people that I used to know back. And so for me, it's definitely not like this for everyone, but a lot of the people that I hung out with before addiction, like out of high school, we all kind of got into it together. So a lot of my good friends in addiction were actually friends. They weren't just like acquaintances or, people I knew from so and so. Like, they were my friends. We had been together, hung out for years, and so that definitely made it really hard. But I think when I realized the seriousness of it, like, what's more important, these friends or my life, it really clicked for me. So, like I said, I just cut people off, and I got a job at a gas station making, minimum wage or $1 above, and I started working. And I strongly encourage people, you guys out there, that if you're in active addiction and you're not working and you want to get sober, to do what you have to do to get the substances taken care of, whether that be rehab or I'm not a strong I don't want to say supporter, but I encourage people to do rehab or something like that. Doing it on your own is totally possible, and I know a lot of people that have done it, but when you go to a facility, and if it's an opiate, you're going to get detoxed or at least supervised while you're withdrawing, and that can, help immensely in itself. But you're also going to learn some skills. It sounds crazy, and at the time you're like, this is retarded, but you do. You really, really do. But, so, back to what I was saying, once you get the substance part taken care of, and And I'm totally for like MAT programs, medication assisted treatment, because it will put you in the right mind state, and you'll be able to piece your life back together. Well, once your life's pieced back together and you have things going for you and, some stability in your life, then you can start tapering down. Obviously, if you can just go somewhere, get clean and sober, and not have that variable, it's, better, because then you don't have to do that. But if you've had that addiction for a long time, it can be super, super hard. So, whatever it takes. But then the next biggest thing I would say is get employment. Or, even something very positive to fill your time with. Because if you get clean and you're just sitting at home watching TV or, doing whatever, it can be very dangerous. Even if you're doing a lot of meetings, it can still be very dangerous. So even just a part-time job, if you're working, 16 or 20 hours a week, you have a responsibility to show up. You're getting a little extra money in your pocket, and it's a schedule. So that's the next thing, is a schedule. It's very, very important to have some sort of schedule. Like, and I'm sure you guys have seen them too, like those YouTube videos where getting up every morning and making my bed, helped change my life. And it's so true, because it's a discipline aspect, and it's just doing that, like you're getting used to doing the same things every day, and it builds discipline, so it directly corresponds with getting sober. So, and after I got my job, I went to some meetings and just started trying to build my home life, At the time I was living with my parents, and then eventually I got a job offer to start doing plumbing work. And that ultimately led to an apprenticeship, and that is an opportunity I'm super grateful for. So, and another thing with, when you're first trying to get clean and sober, is it's going to be discouraging at times, because it's super, super hard. But don't get discouraged. A lot of people don't get sober the very first time. And I'm not saying you can't, but just don't get discouraged. The reason I like to go to meetings is you realize that you're not alone, that there's somebody in a very similar situation to you. And, it's not exactly the most positive thing per se, but it makes you realize that somebody else has it worse. So, and if you get to the right meetings, there's camaraderie there that is, it's just, there's no other parallel to it, But it takes time to find where you fit in the recovery community, and meetings and stuff like that aren't for everyone. They're a very good idea. I would definitely try and at least hit a few a month, but they're not for everybody. In there, it's kind of like, I don't want to say one size fits all, but there's hundreds of thousands of people out there who work a different style recovery program, and it works for them. So you just got to fine-tune the program that works for you. And there will definitely be trials and tribulations with anything you do, but just remember that your life is worth it. Like, I was just as bad as anybody. I had a very bad habit, and towards the end there, when you're in the throes of addiction, you're not going to let anything stop you from getting loaded one more time. You know, I was stealing stuff every day, not really from people, stores, but just doing super shady stuff. You know, stuff that I'm not proud of. And even, like, I look back on some of the things that I did in addiction, and it just blows my mind what my normal was then. Like, you know, I would score and just go to whatever parking lot and, you know, do my business right there. And there's, like, obviously not people walking by and looking in the window, but it wouldn't be hard for somebody to do that. And it's crazy to me. There's a lot of other things too that it's just like, that was my norm. And I look back on it now and it's like, no wonder I didn't get in trouble sooner, or this didn't, you know. Addiction's a very unfortunate thing. It's, you know, affecting some people that I'm fairly close to right now, and actually helped me get sober initially. And it's messed up because I want to help so bad, but they don't want the help, and you know, they got a lot of their own things going on right now. But it's just unfortunate, you know. It's one of those things that's so sad. And now that I don't want to say on the outside looking in, but on the other side of it, it's just, I realize how bad it actually hurts other people, you know. And I'm not, the people I'm talking about, I'm not their direct family. I'm not, you know, at one point we were family, but it's just sad, you know. It's just sad because addiction doesn't care, you know, your financial situation, your marital status, your race, age, ethnic. I mean, it just doesn't care at all. It doesn't care if you got kids or sick family members, and it just hurts to see people going through that, especially people that I know personally and that we're doing so amazing. And they are good, genuine people. But I'm definitely here for them in anything I can do. But, you know, my sobriety is first and foremost, so I can't put myself in a situation where I could potentially jeopardize what I have, because it's not worth it to me. You know, trying to help somebody else is not worth my sobriety, and I just don't want to put myself in a situation like that. Which I'm grateful at this point in my life and in recovery that I know I can't do that. So, yeah. Well, I hope this video, you know, at least sheds a little bit of light for you guys. I'm going to try and get another one going and hopefully put out on Sunday. I'm still going back and forth with an upload schedule and how I want to do it. But I ordered a new camera, so hopefully that'll help with you know, the production value of it. Not that this camera is bad, but yeah. With that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate all the subscribers, and if you like this video, leave a like, give me a subscribe if you haven't. Comment, you know, if there's something specific you want to hear regarding, you know, addiction, recovery, you know, the prison system, or just anything in general you want to know, definitely, you know, shoot me a comment and I'll see if I can, you know, cover that for you guys. But with that being said, if I can get clean and sober, anybody can do it, and you guys are worth it. So until next time, y'all take care.